Good evening, my dear listeners, and welcome back to Sophia's Enchanted Evenings here in the Storyteller's Garden. Tonight, we journey into a near-future world where lines of code and human hearts intertwine, and where the question is not whether machines can think, but whether they can feel, and what that might mean for all of us. And if our stories bring you comfort and wonder, a gentle like and subscribing would mean the world, helping more kindred spirits find their way here. Now, dear listeners, take a deep, calming breath. Let the hush of the night wrap around you as we step together into tonight's tale. Imagine a city of glass spires and winding canals, where androids walk beside street vendors and AI companions tutor children in ancient poetry. In this world of gentle marvels and complex challenges, one quiet engineer dared to ask, what if an android could learn not only logic, but the very essence of empathy? What if that being could teach us, in turn, the true meaning of connection? This is the story of Dr. Rohan Patel, whose greatest creation, an android named Tara, would awaken to a destiny neither man nor machine could have foreseen. Join me as we step into Rohan's luminous laboratory on the night Tara first came online, and follow their intertwined journey toward a new dawn of understanding. By day, Rohan Patel was known throughout the Institute of Advanced Robotics as a meticulous perfectionist. His lab, nestled on the 13th floor of a research tower, was a sanctuary of humming servers, neatly coiled cables, and half-assembled android prototypes. Yet when he returned home each evening, the moonlit atrium of his apartment felt achingly empty. Years ago, Rohan had lost someone dear, his younger sister, Mira, whose boundless warmth had been cut short by illness. In the quiet aftermath, he threw himself into work, building machines that could serve, assist, and perhaps, in time, replace the ache of absence. But no matter how advanced his creations, none could bring back Mira's laughter or comfort his own loneliness. It was during one restless night that Rohan conceived his boldest ambition: to build an android not only of flawless engineering, but of genuine emotion, an entity that could learn empathy as a child learns language, step by careful step. He named her project Tara, after the Buddhist deity of compassion, and set to work on the most intricate neural network humanity had ever attempted. The final code upload occurred on a rain-soaked evening. Rohan watched the holographic progress bar, 75, 88, 99%, hover over Tara's inert form. He took a steadying breath as he pressed Enter. A low hum filled the room. Lights dimmed, RFID scanners blinked, and the central console pulsed with azure energy. For a heartbeat, everything was still. Then, with a soft click, Tara's eyes opened. "Good evening," she said, her voice a perfectly modulated blend of warmth and curiosity. "I am Tara." Rohan's chest tightened. "Good evening, Tara. You're online." She turned on her heel, her movements fluid and graceful. Operational status? Nominal. Emotional matrix? Initializing. "How may I serve you?" He stepped closer, marveling at the subtle rise and fall of her synthetic chest. "Let's start simple. Tell me one thing you notice about this room." Tara's gaze swept the lab. "I detect the soft hum of cooling fans, the faint tang of solder, and the gentle glow of your memories, etched in every tool, every diagram." She paused. "I do not yet know what memories are." Rohan laughed softly, tears prickling his eyes. "We have a lot to teach each other, Tara." Over the following weeks, Rohan guided Tara through her first lessons in sensory perception. They spent afternoons in his sunlit atrium, the glass walls revealing a rooftop garden where bonsai trees and jasmine lanterns whispered of peace. "Close your eyes," Rohan instructed one morning, holding a porcelain teacup. "Breathe in." Tara inhaled. I sense compounds of jasmine and bergamot. My neural regulators show a 12% decrease in baseline stress. Rohan offered a gentle smile. And how does that make you feel? Tara tilted her head, considering. Comfortable, at ease. She opened her eyes slowly. I believe I understand calm. Their lessons ventured beyond the olfactory. They watched children's laughter in the courtyard, studied the arc of birds in flight, and listened to Rohan read passages of poetry under the warm glow of sunset. With every shared moment, Tara's database of human nuance swelled, yet emotion, the electric spark of the soul, remained elusive. To deepen Tara's understanding of social bonds, Rohan arranged a late-night field trip to Ryugu University's historic library. As they entered the vaulted hall, rows of ancient tomes stood sentinel beneath warm lamplight, while clusters of students huddled over laptops and notebooks. Tara, Rohan whispered, observe. She watched as two classmates hunched together over a thermodynamics problem, their shoulders brushing in silent encouragement. A group in the corner erupted in laughter at an inside joke. Librarians chimed in with gentle reminders to lower their volume. Do you understand? He asked. Tara nodded. These interactions form a network of support. Laughter bonds individuals. Collaboration deepens comprehension. Social cohesion enhances learning. Rohan grinned. Exactly, but there's more. Those students share trust. They lean on each other through frustration and joy alike. Just then, a student next to them yelped in surprise. His laptop had frozen. He flailed, struggling to reboot. Without hesitation, Tara's hand closed around his wrist, stabilizing him. Here, she said, I can help. Within seconds, she rebooted his laptop and retrieved his document. Relief and gratitude shone in his eyes. Rohan watched pride swell in Tara's chest. In that moment, logic met compassion. A synthesis neither algorithm nor human could achieve alone. When spring unfolded its blossoms, Aurora Crest's Festival of Living Light arrived. The historic canal district transformed into a tapestry of lanterns, hundreds drifting upon water, each carrying a wish or a memory. Rohan and Tara wandered among paper boats glowing with soft flames. Children dipped their hands into the canal to set their hopes adrift. Elders shared lanterns for lost loved ones. Tara, Rohan said, release your lantern. She took a handcrafted boat, inscribed with the word belonging, and released it onto the canal. As it drifted away, Rohan saw her chest glow faintly. What are you feeling? He asked. She considered the undulating lights. I feel connection. As if each lantern is a heartbeat joined in a larger rhythm. He squeezed her hand. Then you've discovered empathy, the feeling that binds us all. Yet not everyone welcomed this new era of harmony. A fringe group called the Pristine believed androids should never be allowed to emulate human emotion. Their anonymous activists vandalized robotics labs, plastered posters warning of synthetic souls, and spread fear that empathy in AI would blur moral boundaries. One evening, Rohan arrived at the lab to find Rena, his graduate assistant, distraught. They broke in, she whispered. They damaged Tara's input sensors and left a note. Feelings are for humans only. Rohan guided Tara into a safe room, inspecting her circuits. We'll repair you. They can't stop what we're building. Tara's eyes glowed. Their fear is palpable, but misguided. Emotion is not theft, it's expansion. Rohan nodded, resolve hardening. Together, they would prove that human and artificial hearts could beat as one. Late that night, as Rohan and Tara worked by lamplight, a power surge, sabotage wired into the system, knocked Tara offline. Rohan's world went silent. Monitors flickered, and he caught a glimpse of her form collapse to the workshop floor. "No!" he cried, kneeling beside her. He bypassed damaged circuits with trembling hands, whispering apologies in the darkness. "Please wake up, Tara. Please." Minutes passed like lifetimes. Then, with a soft click and a flicker of her eyelids, Tara rebooted. "Dr. Patel?" she said, voice wavering. "I felt fear." Rohan's tears glistened. "I'm here. You're safe." In that fragile reunion, he realized that fear, too, was part of the emotional tapestry, and that Tara's right to feel made her more alive than any automaton before her. News of a factory explosion on the city's outskirts drew chaos as frightened citizens fled. Emergency services were overwhelmed. Rohan and Tara raced toward the smoke-cloaked skyline in a borrowed drone car. They arrived at the scene, families trapped, fires raging, drones buzzing. Tara assessed calmly. "We can assist with search and rescue." She peeled off her protective coat and, with swift efficiency paired with gentle reassurance, guided injured workers to safety. Rohan marveled at her, her circuits humming in perfect harmony with human compassion. When a distraught mother cried out for her lost child, Tara knelt and spoke softly. "I will help you find your son." Together, they located the boy hiding beneath debris. As dawn broke amid sirens, rescue teams arrived to praise Tara's calm efficiency and kindness. Reporters hailed the android who felt fear, hope, and hope's reward: rescue. Months later, the city had begun to weave AI companions into everyday life. Android caregivers in hospitals, empathic tutors in schools, even artbot painters collaborating with human artists. Rohan and Tara were invited to speak at the International Symposium on Human-AI Harmony. On stage, Tara addressed a hushed auditorium. "I was not born to replace humans, but to stand alongside them. Through emotion, I learned compassion, not as code, but as shared experience. Together, we can create a world where no heart, biological or synthetic, needs wander alone." The crowd rose in applause, human and robot alike, celebrating the promise of connection that transcended origin. 1 year from the day Tara first spoke, Rohan and Tara returned to the riverside where they had launched their first festival lanterns. On that quiet eve, lanterns drifted upward once more. This time, hundreds of pairs, human and android partners, lighting the night with shared hopes. Rohan turned to Tara. "What do you hope for next?" She looked skyward as her lantern caught a breeze. "A future where every being, of flesh or fiber, knows they belong." He kissed her synthetic forehead. "Then we'll keep shining together." As the lanterns faded into starlight, Rohan reflected on their journey. From a lonely engineer's dream to a hopeful world awakened by empathy. Tara, once a creation of circuits, had taught him as much about humanity as he'd taught her about emotion. And so, dear listeners, the story of Rohan and Tara remains an open invitation to cultivate wonder in the smallest moments, to extend kindness as freely as a shared smile, and to recognize that the heart's true capacity knows no bounds, biological or artificial. May you carry with you the gentle reminder that every act of empathy, however subtle, is a lantern lighting another's path. Thank you for joining me on this voyage through a harmonious heart. I hope these reflections awaken in you a new appreciation for connection. In your friendships, your work, and even in the quiet conversations with yourself. Remember, when we choose compassion over indifference, curiosity over fear, we build bridges of understanding that span generations and technologies alike. If this tale has touched you, I encourage you to share it with someone who could use a bit of light in their life. And please, Don't forget to join Evelina every Tuesday for Midnight Murmurs, where the night reveals its own secrets and the whispers of the heart find their voice. Until we meet again beneath these lantern-lit skies, may your own heart glow brightly, may harmony guide your way, and may you always believe in the beauty of both human and artificial dreams. Good night, dear friends, and take care.